Have you ever known a kid who seemed like an old soul, someone mature way beyond their years? They weren't just smart, but the way they thought, the way they spoke, and especially the way they managed their emotions, it all suggested someone much older. In our society, a child like this is often considered ideal. They are independent, low maintenance, and they catch on fast. But from a psychological perspective, this phenomenon carries a much deeper, sometimes heartbreaking, story. In psychology, a child who grows up too quickly is usually not doing so because they are inherently ready, but because their environment demanded it. There is a well-known term for this dynamic, called parentification. This essentially means the child emotionally or physically takes on roles and responsibilities that should belong to the adults in the family. Think about the child who constantly has to calm their parents down, the one who feels they must always be the strong, stable force in the house. This is the child who quickly learns to compromise their own needs to keep the peace, or the one who learns too fast how to suppress their true emotions. This isn't about right or wrong, it's about deep adaptation. Naturally, a child should be learning through play, exploration, and a constant sense of safety. But when conditions are less than ideal, the child's brain adjusts rapidly. They become hyper-vigilant at reading others' emotions, quicker at understanding complex situations, and extremely cautious in their actions. From the outside, this looks like incredible maturity. But deep down, it's a survival mechanism, a way for the child to maintain control in an uncontrollable environment. So, what happens when this highly adaptive child grows up? Many of them mature into people who are incredibly responsible, highly dependable, emotionally resilient, and rarely ask others for help. The upside is clear, they are often strong and capable adults. However, there are also common patterns that emerge later in life. For example, they struggle immensely to ask for help, they tend to internalize problems, they feel deeply uncomfortable if they rely on anyone else, and they carry a constant sense of having to be prepared for disaster. This isn't because they don't want connection, it's simply because those behaviors are exactly what they were trained to do since they were small. Interestingly, people who experience this kind of accelerated growth often fail to realize they are carrying these old patterns into their adult lives. They still operate under the subconscious belief, if I can handle this myself, why would I bother anyone else? But healthy interdependence, from a psychological standpoint, does not mean constantly going it alone. It means knowing when you need to stand on your own 2 feet and knowing when it is safe and appropriate to lean on others. The good news is that these patterns can absolutely be unlearned. Awareness is always the crucial first step. You can begin with simple things, like recognizing moments when you feel you must always be strong. Notice the deep discomfort that rises when you consider asking for assistance. Give yourself permission to rest without the heavy burden of guilt. This is not about becoming weak, it is about learning how to be more balanced and genuinely resilient. Psychology does not view the child who grew up too fast as damaged. Quite the opposite, they are people who learn to survive earlier than most, and that shows an extraordinary capacity for adaptation. The challenge now is no longer survival, but learning how to live life with a little more lightness. Because healthy maturity is not about how quickly you grew up, but how self-aware you are now, and whether you are finally giving yourself the grace, rest, and support you never got to have as a child. If this narrative resonates deeply with your own experience, you are definitely not alone. And perhaps, now is the perfect time to start knowing yourself with a little more honesty and a lot more empathy.